One may assume that Aquinas would be morally opposed to abortion, as it violates the primary precept to preserve life. And while this is the case, Aquinas' thinking on the matter is a bit more complex. Much of the contemporary debate on abortion revolves around disagreements concerning when life begins, at conception or at a later stage. Aquinas offers an intriguing perspective on this issue. According to Aquinas, the developing human fetus does not count as a human being until it possesses a human soul, which, he believed, occurs not at conception, but much later in the pregnancy. Aquinas' understanding of the development of the soul is heavily influenced by the early Greek philosopher Aristotle. Aristotle taught that different forms of life possess different souls. Plants have a vegetative soul capable only of growth and reproduction. Animals possess a sensitive soul, which includes the capacities of the vegetative soul, plus sensation and mobility. Humans uniquely have a rational soul, encompassing all the characteristics of the vegetative and the sensitive souls, with the addition of reason. Building on Aristotle's theory of the soul, Aquinas posited that a human embryo initially has a vegetative soul, similar to plant life. Over time, this soul develops into an animal soul capable of nutrition and sensation. It becomes a human being only at a later stage when the rational soul is infused by God. Therefore, according to Aquinas, abortion at this late stage is equivalent to murder and is gravely immoral. However, abortion at an earlier stage, while still immoral, is not considered murder, but rather the destruction of a potential human being. This makes it equivalent to male masturbation and contraception, which for Aquinas were second to murder. However, Aquinas' view on male masturbation and contraception, which he termed the disordered emission of semen, are partly based on his mistaken belief that the sperm itself becomes the embryo, with the woman being merely a vessel for the developing being. Nonetheless, it could be argued that Aquinas' doctrine of double effect justifies abortion in rare cases. Consider a hysterectomy on a pregnant woman suffering from cancer of the uterus. In this scenario, the operation to remove the uterus, which indirectly results in the death of the fetus, arguably meets the conditions of the doctrine of double effect. A morally good action, saving the woman's life, is performed. The bad consequence, the death of the fetus, is not intended, and the act is proportional because it is the only way to save the woman's life. Doing nothing could result in both the deaths of the woman and the fetus. In summary, Aquinas offers a view on abortion that reflects a complex interplay between theological considerations and Aristotelian thought. He is morally opposed to abortion, but he does not believe that human life begins at conception. Today, our growing medical knowledge, unavailable in Aquinas' time, means that the doctrine of double effect could justify abortion in some rare cases. What do you think about abortion? Is it right or is it wrong? And are Aquinas' views at all relevant for today? Let me know in the comments. Stay tuned for our next video, which further explores Aristotle's influence on Aquinas' thought.